Yo, Ran here. Today in this video, I'll be going over my tier list on the skill trees for Soul Reapers. This tier list will be heavily based off of 1v1 ranked, so no PvE will affect this tier list. Note that I have used every single one of these skill trees in ranked, so my tier list should be accurate. But before we begin, I'd like to mention I'm almost at 10,000 subs, so I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. Alright, let's get on to the video. Alright, I'd actually like to mention first, the best skill tree to use for PvE, which is gonna be Speed. Speed is the most versatile skill tree in the game because it's the best skill tree to use for running, doing missions, beating your Shikai or Bankai, and just the easiest skill tree to use in general. Speed will probably remain as the best PvE skill tree in the game for a while. Alright, now with that out the way, let's actually move on to the real tier list, which is gonna be based off ranked 1v1. We'll be starting off with Speed once again, and this is going in an easy D tier. The reason for this is the Reiatsu drains really fast and Speed only does mediocre damage for the amount of Ray it's taking. Also, you can get punished so easily if you miss a move like Waterfall Dance. Plus, all the moves are also very easily parryable. Time cut for being 60 skill points is just not worth it for being pretty mid. Speed is just the skill tree you should only use for PvE, and that's it. Alright, now moving on to Medic. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to put this behind Speed. Now, I used to main Medic for a long time. It's the skill tree I've used the longest, and I can definitely say it's below Speed now. The amount of nerfs Medic has been taking these past updates are just so unjustifiable. Medic wasn't even that bad at all compared to Hakuda, but they disregard nerfing Hakuda and go straight for Medic. If this was pre-nerf Medic, I'd put it in B tier, but for now, it's gonna be behind Speed in D tier. Alright, now moving on to Max Kendo, which is 50 Kendo. This is gonna be an easier tier. Kendo is amazing, especially with the mortal tie binding opponents to fight you. At the moment, Shadow and Kendo are very meta and powerful in ranked. The only reason it's not higher is because it takes a good amount of skill to play Max Kendo properly and isn't as brain dead as some other skill trees. Of course, if you can play Max Kendo properly, then that's very good and you should stick with it. Alright, now moving on to Kido. This is going right in front of Kendo. This is because Kido has the Tep core, which does insane damage and allows you to move stack over it. I'd put it in S tier, but because of the Reiatsu nerf to all Kido trees, it's been hard to use and more focused on strategic targeting. Of course, this can all be solved with the Reiatsu variant in your Wizard mask. But let's just assume you're running a meta Wizard, so we'll keep this here. And if you do have a variant mask with Reiatsu regeneration and the Tep core, then you should just keep using it. Alright, now we're finally getting to the top 3 skill trees. Starting with the third best, it's gonna be Kendo Speed. Kendo Speed, if you don't know, is 40 Kendo and 25 Speed. It's roughly the same as Speed Kendo, except you have moves like Flower Passage instead of Flash Cut. Flower Passage is really good as a combo starter, but most people know how to parry it well, so that's why it's not better than Speed Kendo. Though, Kendo Speed does have access to both Speed and Kendo skill box moves and pressure shift, so it's still good. Now moving on to the second best, which is Shunko Hakuda. The Shunkos are really good, and Hakuda in general is just still the most broken skill tree in the game. Ice Shunko is probably the best Shunko in the game, as the air variant lets you extend your air time, which is insane for Hakuda combos. The only thing missing that Shunko Hakuda can't get is Spine Rend, which is a very useful move. And a rank R Hakuda, in my opinion, is just better overall, if you're gonna go Hakuda. So that's why the best skill tree in the game at the moment, in my opinion, is gonna have to go to Speed Kendo. Speed Kendo has so much versatility, and the moves really flow into each other very well when it comes to combos. You have a lot you can do with this skill tree. You quite literally have the best speed with this skill tree and really good damage. And I personally play off starting combos with my critical, so having the speed is great and you're not losing out on any damage with the extra speed. Plus, you also have pressure shift as your counter and skill boxes for Speed and Kendo. The best skill boxes depend on what Shikai you have, but I personally say go with either Eviscerate plus Flash Fang or Sonato Flow. Anyways, that's the end of this tier list. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Till then, see you in the next one. Bye bye.
ダンジョンで起きたことは外部に漏れないって言ってなかったっけ。てめえ、俺の弟が誰だか知らん。